Right then, welcome back to Heads Gone. Very short one and a very serious one today. Sorry.
No, but actually is. Because you said that like as if it wasn't, but it is. No, someone hasn't died.
All right, okay.
That's too far. So you can just do it normal. You can just do it down the lens. Right, everyone, welcome back to Heads Gone.
Like
this week we're going to be previewing the Everton versus Manchester United game at Old Trafford.
The rest of our audience just left.
Stick with us, please, because we're trying to preview the game.
So United playing Everton at Old Trafford. What's your thoughts?
I'm actually covering the game for Match of the Day, and I don't know I don't know where it's going to go. I think Manchester United win. I feel like sounds like a bit of a weird losing mentality, but I feel like Manchester United probably picked up a bit of confidence from the loss last week, which sounds weird, but I feel like everyone expected them to get tanked, and they didn't really. They just got outplayed by a better team, but they did show signs of improvement on the last one, I feel.
By everyone getting behind the ball. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but like you got to
just
think
by being a bit more stubborn.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a completely different game this weekend.
If Everton pen us back in and we're 10 man behind the ball, just outside our box, and Sean Dyche is giving it a pep
very different.
Shit on it's a problem.
Then the opinion's very different. Everton have got, I think they're about 5 points or something outside the relegation zone, which is quite comfy. It's not, but it is if that's makes. They're not in the relegation zone, so obviously they got some points back, and I just don't know where they go. I don't know where they go.
I think they'll be all right this year because Sheffield United and Burnley
by
are
default
so bad.
Unless Luton do a bit of a madness.
I think Luton might get out, you know.
But Luton, I feel like Luton are going like we'll outscore you, which is wild if you're at the bottom of the Premier League.
It's a bold strategy.
Which will be their letdown if that happens. But the Everton struggling to create chances, no goals. You've got like Calvert-Lewin hasn't been the same all season. Beto's actually looks like he could do something if he had someone else around him. I don't think they create enough chances. They don't get enough bodies forward.
Decore is a bit of a goal threat.
But
McNeil's a bit of a goal threat.
You're struggling when you go Decore's going to create when he's probably a combative midfielder.
But they play him off the front, don't they?
Yeah. And he does a good job. Like, they do good jobs, and I'm pretty sure Sean Dyche is quite happy with the personnel that he's got.
Well, yeah, he goes with Andre Onana. No, Amadou Onana, sorry.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Garner. Huh?
Hope you don't go with Andre.
He's probably a better player. Ball player. I like Amadou Onana. I think there's a lot of action about him.
Someone's going to sign him.
Yeah.
Someone else is going to sign him.
There's a bit of combativeness in him. And Jimmy Garner's had a decent season alongside him in midfield this year.
Yeah, and then you've got Harrison and McNeil. And McNeil's been like, they're all right. They're going to be all right, probably.
They've enough to stay up, haven't they?
I don't think they go to Old Trafford and get a win.
No, and I think the weak link in the team, and he's probably going to see his arse, but I'm not asked, is Ashley Young. and he is the weak link in that team. He is, isn't he? In that back line. Because Branthwaite and Tarkowski actually pretty solid centre halves. Solid, not spectacular. You're not going to see him like dance around anyone.
So, Young versus
probably Rashford.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yellow card for Young all day. Boot him.
Could be weirdly an interesting matchup, that. If Marcus Rashford...
Marcus doesn't look like his head's in the right spot.
No, but if he's on it...
Which is a problem with someone like Ashley Young because he's a turbo shithouse. So he'll be saying all sorts to you. I know it. I just know it.
I don't know if Turbo should be on the front of that.
Why?
I wouldn't have him down for Turbo shithouse.
I think he's a turbo shithouse. I mean, that's
turbo shithouse.
Nailed on, yeah. But like, it's a super double mega turbo shithouse. But
wow.
Ashley Young, his whole game is the experience.
Do you think that he'll be getting into his head in game?
He'll be talking, he'll say stuff about the interview. He'll say stuff about.
Wait, I've played against Ashley Young. I know we was at different parts of the field, but I never got. Is this a thing that I've missed?
No, I might have made it up, but I just see him doing that. That might not be correct.
I'm gonna look closely to see if he's turbo shithousing the life out of like Marcus Rashford or anyone. So I'm not expecting fireworks. I've got to be honest.
But they're gonna come.
Whoever told us who told us to preview this game?
Jadis.
Okay, so thanks.
Do you know why?
For that.
I think what he's done is he's gone. Oh, Steve used to play United. Oh, Ash used to play for Everton.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you want, a tactical breakdown of what's going on? It's
Sean Dyche 4-4-2. It's gonna be work dead at like loads of running, like a park 10K. That's what he's after, isn't it? That's what he shows. When he shows his videos this week, he's like that. That's a park run.
The worst thing
what we want.
The worst thing for Manchester United is that I don't know which way they go about breaking it down either. You're not very good on the counter the other way, but neither are Everton, to be deadly honest.
But they can be super direct, and I think super direct's an issue for us.
Yeah. And then I don't think clearly you're not Manchester City and you can break down a low block, but it's just going to be a war of attrition, isn't it? I think.
And you're covering this a match today. I don't think it's your first game on. I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm going to say that doesn't go first in the running order. Arsenal will.
Who've Arsenal got?
Brentford. Right, he's on. He's going to pull rank, isn't he? But this is what's difficult about previews, because you say that and then it's like a 4-3.
Yeah, thriller.
Mad game.
Just chaos. United do actually have the capabilities to make this an end-to-end game that's just a nightmare for everyone inside the stadium. Just head in hands, oh my God, what's going on? And we just go, you shoot, we shoot, you shoot, we shoot.
But Manchester United should be just what you would hope if you was a United fan or involved in the club is coming off the back of last weekend, smoothly just get your 3 points and continue on.
Yeah, like a 2-0, no one got injured,
yeah.
There was no chaos. Yeah, but what's the odds of that?
No, there'll be a statement like Sunday morning about something. Do you know what I mean? That's what's happening this season, but you would just like to think they're going to go, be professional, do what's required, let everyone talk, we'll talk about it on the night and blah, 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 and then they just move on with the 3 points.
When you're a player in these circumstances where you go to places like Old Trafford where the home crowd is expected to win, and they do, is there anyone in your changing room annoyed at that, or is it kind of, is there sometimes an acceptance that, yeah, of course we're going to lose it? I'm not saying that's what United are now.
No, I don't think there's an exit. Like when we went with Everton or Swansea, and that was like Sir Alex's era, and then afterwards as well, it was just tough. So you knew you was up against it straight away. A bit like going to like Arsenal, all the top boys, but you would still look to be trying to nick something. So you'd be saying, let's just, you know what I mean? Well, we're not going to go gung-ho, but we'll hang on in there and then we'll score and try and hold out. You just have to be realistic. You'd be silly to say we're going to go and give it to them. But there was a period where Old Trafford changed and it became an enjoyable away ground. I think we spoke about this before. So because of where I came from in terms of my footballing career, all of those big stadiums were enjoyable, but some of them, like the old Stamford Bridge, when you've got Drogba, Torres, Ivanovic, Terry.
Walking out onto that pitch.
It's like I'm enjoying the atmosphere, and I'm glad that I've got here. But this is 90 minutes of like, it's not going to be fun. But then it turned at Old Trafford, where you go, I think I can get on the ball a bit here and have a little. I can play a bit and drive forward, and then, do you know what I mean? And you obviously have experienced that watching them, and I still think that's still in there. Which
is an issue,
factor isn't there. Do you remember that, like, when it was Sir Alex, and I think they brought Scholes back from like a retirement or whatever it was?
Last season.
I don't know who. Van Persie, Rooney, Rio, Vidic. There's a fear factor going to Old Trafford. There isn't anymore, clearly. So they might be saying, I'm sure Sean Dyche gravelly voice, he's saying he can get something from there.
And he's probably not wrong. Because if you frustrate United, this isn't a team that's going to score 3 or 4. They obviously they've got players capable of doing that, but it's not something we're doing. I mean, are we on -2 goal difference at the moment?
Any injuries back?
There was talk Haaland might make the squad.
That'd be a real boost.
Can you afford to risk him if he's not 100% though? Because you really need him on the running.
Well, you'd like to think we can, no disrespect to Everton, but we can play against Everton at home and not risk him.
You would like to think that.
But I don't think you can.
I think you're right.
So if he's fit, he has to be involved. Because it's a little bit toothless at the minute, isn't it?
And it's mad because there's players like Casemiro can score you goals, Rashford can score you goals, but they're not.
I tell
Bruno
you,
can
I
deliver.
was watching the first half at the golf where we went. Don't ask why. Randomly ended up at that driving range, and it went off. So Rashford scored, and the little cafe was up. So it must have been all United fans, and I was like, oh. And then you put in the group, let's not get giddy. Then you got giddy on when he got in, and it didn't bounce for him.
Yeah, I was on my feet.
2-0 is 2-0. You can afford to get giddy.
And I'd have been right, wouldn't I?
Nah, not get to. But
we didn't get to 2-0, so I didn't get giddy.
No, but there was at no point still in that game that you thought they was gonna win. I don't think.
And the first half, there was opportunities, and I think we had that puncher's chance, and we were swinging. But the second half, I don't think we even tried to throw a punch. We just tried to contain.
I think it was a containment job second half. But
it was 1-0 up at half time. You think you get the second, you've just proved you can go 45 minutes without conceding. Okay, they had a lot of chances in the first half. They didn't actually have that many in the second half.
You have to ride with that. There won't be a team, there won't be Liverpool or Arsenal at the end of the month that won't have to concede chances against City. You're just going to have to. And concede space and possession. So you did that. And weirdly, there was a nice little connection going on with Onana's sidewinder.
But we didn't keep it.
But down Walker's side, that was what was bizarre. And it was getting in. Like, I know Rashford's quick, and he is quick. But so is Walker. And it was getting in, and I was like, oh, this is a bit wild that you're targeting that. So then I'm saying, if you do the same thing this week, but obviously Everton aren't going to be as high.
By about 40 yards.
Yeah, I know, but it might be something if they get giddy and they go try and attack.
Saw a video in the midweek of Peter Schmeichel from 94.
When he was at City?
No, 94 I think it was. And he's had a shot, saved his shot, just done that little skip towards the edge of the box and launched it 60 yards into the opposition half for Kanchelskis. Take a touch, beat a man, go and stick it in the back of the net, and you go, oh my God. What an asset that could be.
But I'm not saying that this is what Manchester United did, but isn't it a good thing? That was when it all changed, I think, for City, when they got a target man. Because now...
Well, I saw it when they had Jesus there, and they was crossing.
Yeah. Because there's people going to be in the comments. There's one guy keeps commenting every week telling me it's not Jose Mourinho. And I want to continue to call him that now forever. And is it Jesus or Jesus? You call him what you want.
So when they had Gabriel Jesus, they was crossing it to him a lot. And he don't win headers. He don't hold it. He's a little, fox in a box sort of player, isn't he? And I thought, oh yeah, if they get Haaland getting on the end of these crosses, that's a problem.
But how many goals has he scored where teams, they just get you to just go a little bit high, they miss the press, they either miss the press and play into him, he sets it down and he's gone, or they just get in a position where they can slide him straight in. Whereas you must be hoping, or I'm looking at Manchester United and going, okay, if they can do some business, can Haaland sort of get near that level of threat? Because he's
Haaland.
He's fast. He's finishing.
I mean, you're talking about
I'm not saying exactly the same, but can you do something similar?
Can he be a 20 goal a season guy? Yeah.
I think can, yeah.
Yeah.
But then also you need to set up, so it can't be that all the time. So You need to have players around that are confident and.
Well, this is it. When you look at different ways of attacking, and you look at the way, I think Arsenal are playing some really, really good football at the minute, and I'll say that because Joel's not in the building. But they're a very fluid kind of forward six, and that forward six will change and occupy different spots and overload in different areas. And I think they play better when they don't have a 9, and they're killing themselves to get Ivan Toney, it seems. And I just got that weird feeling like he would upset the rhythm of them just a little bit. Like
I'm not sure. I know where you're coming from, but I think if you're able to get a weapon like that, you don't turn it down.
And then you see the way City do it. Obviously, their wingers are going to try and drag fullbacks right out, and then they look for that sort of underlap half space run from the 8s or 10s, whatever you want to call them. They look to try and get the likes of De Bruyne or Bernardo on the ball just inside the fullbacks because the winger has took them out. But then you also have occasionally that winger will come across on the inside, and they mix it up. But they use that sort of bounce to the real wide areas, and then they'll drag your defence over to like that half space, and then Haaland will pop out on the opposite side with a cross, and that's their way of playing. Liverpool are a little bit different. They go a little bit narrower. They have the fullbacks maybe wider where the midfielders would be, and they're trying to hit second balls and stuff in the middle. There's a lot of different ways that you can create chances. Right now, United seems to be twat it in towards Rashford and hope for the best, and I think we got to do better than that.
I'd agree. I can't. For the overview,
Borefest.
Yeah, there you go.
One of those games where you're doing more groaning than cheering. Just another attack breaks down. Then Onana strides through the middle with it.
So what?
And then there's a last-ditch tackle off fucking Scott McTominay.
This is one of them games where you got to do some work.
How long do you have to cover it for?
Well, you'll just watch the game, but it means you've got to do some work because.
Well, is there like a set amount of clips, like 3-5 clips they need out each game?
It just depends on where it falls in the running
and what
order.
Happened.
Yeah. So, but why I say that is because if you've got 7 goals, 6 goals, 5 goals, and a red card or a talking point,
it's full.
Analysis is looked after. If it's a 1-0, 0-0 something, or now we would already have been. You're preparing for the worst. So.
All right, I'll give you a cheat one. So here's how many times Ashley Young was talking rather than tracking. So we'll throw that one in there.
Well, I'll have a look. I'll look for it. Then if it's a thing,
do you get alternate camera angles as well? So you could actually like play a cam him a little bit.
You can't play a cam in, but you got more camera angles.
Okay.
We've got access to more camera angles.
So I want to text like tomorrow afternoon, like 5 o'clock. Oh my God, he's not shut up. Like,
or I can't see it.
But either way, I want the answer.
Shit house.
I want the answer. So I think you're going to see their Onana steaming through just the huge exclusion zone that United players don't think they're allowed into, aka the middle of the pitch. I think you're going to see him driving into that a dozen times.
I don't know if he'll play.
Not reckon.
This is a preview. This is why I don't like doing them, Steve. Because as soon as you say something, they go, you don't know ball again. Again, we don't know ball.
Oh, because he didn't play.
Because we didn't guess.
Sean Dyche chose to use more of his squad than the ones we thought.
Yeah, didn't know ball, but we do know about, like, I don't know, the Knights Templar. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
I said it off air, I'll tell you on there. Try to watch X-Files this week.
You're going off.
Don't worry about it.
You're going off topic.
But they've all just sat forward like that.
I don't think the X-File guys have left.
Do you reckon? When we started talking about the half space and that.
Should put something else on, say stick with us because we're going to get there. Even though they told us to not go there, we're going to go there. X-Files, go on.
It was slow.
What was the topic there? What was they talking? Was it?
Oh, it was people just being found dead. That's the whole premise of it. Or people just got found dead.
I would never watch X-Files. Is it like one every week? There's a different thing.
Yeah.
So that was a bad one you watched then, really. Just people being found dead.
Which I think I'd have to go back and double check. I think it was like the pilot episode. They're like, mate, come out the gate a bit stronger than.
Yeah, you got to come out better than that.
You got to excite me and go, oh, there's a new show. It's sick. This was 1993, 31 years ago. Anyway.
So can I just say, throw one in there?
Go on, what have you been up to this week?
One of my middle child is at primary school. He said, Miss said she watches your show.
Panic.
Yeah. So I'm like, which
Parents' evening just got to get real.
Do you mean like the BBC one? She said, no, the one you do with Ste. He said, the one you do with Ste.
Full Warnock.
I'm like, how much of it? Which one, the whole thing? Which
Subscribe,
bits?
notifications on.
Now when I go to school, I'm being judged. And on top of that, the same child had like a show around at a high school because he's moving next year. The guy that signs you in is mad fan of you, mad fan. So he's the one signing and he goes, hi mate. And I went, hi mate. He went, watch all of them, watch all the shows. Top man Ste, and the ex-military and that, so was I. I don't know, is that a thing where you have to get that in early?
Probably.
Ex-military, so was I. And I was like, he's here to make a good impression to try and get in the school, which means you watch the show again. His dad's a balloon, that's what he's thinking. He's thinking, look at this kid, his dad's a balloon.
He'll fit in.
You're talking about the beep, whatever. And then I had another geezer coming out of the chill factor. I'm not really in the mood because I've been on the snow and I'm a bit grumpy. I just want something to eat and a coffee because I don't like all that sort of thing. And he pulled up. He was in like an Uber, so he was an Uber driver. He wound the window down. I thought he was going to say it. No. And he went, big fan of the show. And I was like, never wrong and weirdo. It's like, you know, it's like almost like a. We need a sign.
Need a secret handshake,
weirdo
don't we?
to weirdo. Like if you watch us, you're down with us.
Because you know the Masons, don't they have to like, is it ankle, knee, hip, hand, and then one round the back? For,
Oh, that's what they link it all up.
Yeah, it's like that's
Whoa.
their. So when you go, that's their secret handshake. Well, I just dropped it on you. So I'm not planning on committing suicide. So if I get found dead, it was them, right? I'm in a real good mood.
No one believes that
Yeah.
either. No one believes you're in a real good
I'm
mood.
in a great mood. I skipped last week.
I've been ready to bleep, but I told you they finished training last night and the kid went, Ashley Williams! And I went, hi mate. And he went, watch you too, mad right, across the car park. And I'm like, and I've got a load of 12 and 13 year olds with me.
We had an electrician in at the weekend. And I don't speak to those people. I'll let Janine deal with it. I can't be arsed with that shit. And then I've just gone upstairs and he's dicking about. And he goes, you're obviously watching a match. Thought I was here anonymous.
Got a balaclava in your own house. It is what it is. It is what it is, isn't it? I'm enjoying the fact that people watch the show and I know they've watched it and gone.
How many times do people come up to you and say, oh, I watch Match of the Day?
Oh, a lot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people watch Match of the Day.
It's in it like one of the top 4 or 5 shows in the country.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering, are our audience more of the...
A lot of people watch Match of the Day, but not a lot of people come up and go, I watched you on Match of the Day. They'll say something about a team, they'll reference Liverpool, like something you might have pointed out, I don't know, like Brentford, blah, 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 blah. But it's the ones like, so there was a topic last week.
Shout black helicopters at you?
But there was a topic last week where what was we talking about? Something about shit. What was it, Dej? Oh, lining the toilet paper. Do you line it before you have a shit? So now I'm thinking that my son's English teacher is watching and wondering, I wonder who lines the toilet before they have a shit.
Maybe they pulled the class as well. We all saw Rashid's dad last week. What do you lot reckon?
I don't know. We've gone completely off. They told us stick to the preview.
Just do a quick preview and then get out of there. Well, we can't do that.
And we've made an hour-long show about nonsense
We're
again.
a pair of melons. And anyway, we did something today, go-karting, and they give us some helmet off Love Island.
It's Tom, like, you're acting like you've never, you are, well, clearly you've never met him.
I know him.
I have, he's all right.
All right, yeah, he was all right, but still.
But why is he got an helmet?
Well, you're an helmet, and I'm an helmet.
Oh, so it's a term of endearment?
Take how you want.
Okay.
But I'm not wrong, am I? Some helmet off Love Island. So anyway, He may or may not get his chopper out on the show. Didn't get out on ITV, did you?
I just end it because I don't know where. I don't know where
But
we go.
Ash has
from
got
that.
some forfeits that he has to fulfil.
That's fine. I'll do it. You get thinking and get what it is.
I already know what I'm getting.
Huh?
I already know what I'm getting.
If there's anything to do with an octopus, I'm not doing it.
It's not.
I will flat out. If it's something I can refuse.
I'll tell you what it is. No, you can't.
Go on then.
It's a hot sauce called Dave's.
Minor? Like what?
Tune in next week.
Peace.